Hey everyone. Welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host, Ruby, and today we're going to be getting back into the book of Superstitions, a handbook of folklore, myths, and legends from around the world by D.R. McElroy. And today we're going to be getting into the chapter of United States, Native Americans, Native American gods and goddesses of Southwest tribes. Excuse me. And we're going to keep going from there. And possibly we might continue Native American mythical monsters, or we might just stop there. It just depends on how long it takes us to get there. But without further ado, my dear friends, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and join the family. And without further ado, grab your snack, grab your drink, or sit back, relax, and let's get to it, shall we? United States. The U.S. began as a cluster of colonies belonging to England. Before the land could be fully explored, the French and the Spanish had claimed huge tracts of the New World for themselves. Tens of millions of settlers poured into and then spread across the vast undiscovered lands, only to run up hard against the people who had been living there for millennia. People who had uprooted their lives and sold everything for a chance at a new life in the States were very unhappy at the notion of having to share their quote-unquote land with indigenous people, particularly when those people were considered savages, quote-unquote. Within the span of a couple of hundred years, the native population had been all but wiped off the face of the earth. The survivors were pushed onto reservations, as though these lands were a specific gift from the government, and essentially left to wither away from disease and starvation. Yeah, that's I don't like that. Native Americans. The history of the indigenous people of the Americas did not begin with the arrival of the first Europeans. It began instead about 16,000 years ago, when the last ice age first relented and the great glacial sheets that covered much of North America began to melt. Current genetic research indicates that a small group of people from the far eastern point of Russia began moving across the Bering Strait to the new lands of the Americas as the Ice Age receded. Though we weren't sure exactly when the Russian migrants arrived in the Americas, it is generally agreed upon that between about 10,000 to 8,000 BCE, the inhabitants were transitioning from hunter-gatherers to more agricultural way of life. They developed more permanent settlements and perfected the arts of pottery, loom weaving, and animal husbandry. With advances in civilization and less time spent following the grazing herds, came a bit more leisure time and the pursuit of arts, such as storytelling, music, and religion. Despite the evidence that indigenous peoples are descended from a common ancestral group, except the native Alaskans who arrived in a much later migration, the mythology and folklore of these people varies considerably by geography. Similarities in artistic style and illustration can be seen in Pacific coastal and South American groups such as the Inca, but mythology was impacted by the tribe's differing climate and way of life. North American subarctic peoples can be broadly separated into two distinct groups: Algonquin speaking tribes of the eastern continent, such as Algonquin, Cree, Innu, and Ojibwa, and Athabascan speaking tribes of the western continent, such as Chipewyan, Hupa, and Tolowa. Southwestern native languages such as Western Apache and Navajo are also Athabascan. Native American gods and goddesses of Southwest tribes. It is helpful to examine the myths of Native Americans in relations to the geography of the tribes. Diyin Dini. Diyin Dini are the holy people of Navajo legend, not described as gods per se, but more like immortal beings. The Diyin Dine created the sun, the moon, the stars, and the constellations. The names of the holy people are as followed: Haasich Yeliti, talking God. His body is white, and he's from the third world. To Nelili, water sprinkler. His body is blue. He is ruler of the rain and from the third world. Hach E Ogyan, house god. His body is yellow. He's from the third world. Hasht Zini, or the Black Yei. This ruler of fire helped change Turquoise Boy into the sun and is from the third world. Also, if I'm saying these names wrong, please forgive me for that. I'm trying my best to pronounce them correctly. And if you guys have any history, or if you are indigenous yourself like I am, please leave comments down below. Which tribe are you from? And yeah, let's just talk about it. Continuing. Maito I Alchini, great coyote who was formed in water. This is one of the original first four holy people from the first world. Altis se Hashkie, Coyote called first angry. This is one of the original first four holy people from the first world. Al dice Hastin, first man. His is one of the original first four holy people from the first world. Al dice Astiza, first woman. She is one of the original first four holy people from the first world. Kachina, English. Katsina, Hopi. Kokole, Zuni. Kachina are evil. Kachina are spirit beings. I don't know why I said evil. I was looking at something else. But they're spirit beings similar to totems in other native cultures, which embody certain aspects of life among the Pueblo tribes of the southwest U.S., especially the Hopi and the Zuni. Each Kachina has three aspects: the spirit itself, the Kachina dancers, and the Kachina dolls. The dolls are believed to actually house the spirit beings, so the dolls are only given to those who are believed to be capable of carrying and caring for the spirit, and giving it the respect it is due. The dolls are extremely popular as tourist items, but the tribes to which they are sacred will not sell them. Other tribes in the region, notably the Navajo, have taken to creating copies of the dolls, which are then sold to tourists. Kachina dancers are understood to be the temporary embodiment of the spirits themselves, and they make their appearances only on special occasions. Wuya. Wuya are the most important of the Hopi Kachina. They rank higher in the hierarchy of spirits, and they typically represent the more vital aspects of Pueblo culture. Here are some of the Wuya. Ahul, spirit of the sky and the sun. Alosaka, spirit of crop growth, usually seen as a pair with Muyingwa, spirit of seed germination. Angak, spirit of healing, protective male figure. English name, long hair Kachina. This is a big name. Please bear with me. Anguasnasomtaka. Anguasnasomtaka Tumas, spirit of initiation of children. English name, Crow Mother. Eototo, spirit of nature, bringer of clouds. English name, Cloud Dancer. Kokopeli, fertility spirit, oversees childbirth and fertility. A trickster, he is also in charge of music and is frequently depicted as a humpbacked flute player. Nataska, Nata Aska, spirit guardian of Soyok Huti, monster woman. enforcer of good behavior in children, English name Uncle Ogre. Patung, spirit of healing and planting corn, can shapeshift into a badger, English name Squash. Toho, spirit of the hunt, English name Mountain Lion Kachina. Yei, this is a general term for spirit beings in Navajo mythology. The Deyin Dine E, the holy people, are considered the highest order of the Yie, but there are a number of others. The rulers of the four seas, Te Hul Tusodi, big water creature, the one who grabs things in the water, ruler of the eastern sea, female monster. Daltlia Ale, ruler of the sea to the south. Cha'al, frog, ruler of the sea to the west. Lini Jilgia, winter thunder, ruler of the great North Ocean. Nelchi I Deni E, the air spirit people, also the bat people. Nilchi E Liglia, the white wind. Nelchi I Ha'a Ayedego, the east wind. Joho Na Eil, Navajo, the sun, the one who rules the day. Dli Ehona El, Navajo, the moon, the one who rules the night. Astiza Nadlehi, Navajo, changing woman, represents a young girl's first period and her change from girl to woman. Na'ash He Azdeza, Navajo, spider woman, who knows how to spin cloth from the fibers of plants. She taught spinning the first man and first woman. Na'aiye Ne Izgani, Navajo, monster slayer, the older of the twin sons of changing woman, by the sun god Johanna El. Na Idigeshi, Navajo, he who cuts life out of the enemy, also known as child of the water, the younger of the twin sons of changing woman, the sun by the sun god Johanna El. Hazeitso, Navajo, the ground squirrel spirit. It can resemble a little old man wearing a cap with a feather in it. The face of all ground squirrels today bear red streaks from the blood of the slain horned monster. Nazisi, Navajo, the gopher spirit. The backs of every gopher today are heavily furred from the hide of the slain horned monster. And we are going to leave it here, my dear, dear friends. The next chapter is going to be Native American mythical monsters. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if you have any from your tribes, or if you're from any tribes, and if you have any Native American like gods and goddesses, put them down below in the comments. I would love to learn more about it. And if you want to know a little bit about mine, I wouldn't mind to talk about that. And definitely, if I'm thinking about making a Discord to see if possibly maybe anybody would like to join, that'd be good. But yeah, I will leave it at some of my gods, I guess you can say gods and goddesses, are known as like Atabe, Zemi, Yokoa. Yokoa is the god of cassava, and Atabe is the mother of Yukahu and the goddess of fertility. But if you want to know any more, definitely leave the comments down below. And as always, my dear friends, I wish you nothing but good health. And this has been Ruby, signing off.